Okay, so here we are gaming once again on Linux Kubuntu. Today we're playing Yakuza 0. This game doesn't run natively on Linux, so we have to use the Proton Compatibility tool. We're using version 7.0-3, and that's the compatibility tool built into Steam. I bought this on the Steam Summer Sale. I believe it may still be going on, but it was only $4 or $5. So we'll go ahead and get started. And just to keep these videos kind of short, I cut through the still frame cutscenes just because they're a little bit boring and they don't really add much to the story, at least here in the beginning. Okay, here's our introduction to the main character, Kiryu. Whoa, was it, wasn't expecting that. This is actually a very good game. It came out a few years ago. I believe it initially came out on the PS4, and they ported it over to PC, if I'm not mistaken. It's kind of a prequel to the other Yakuza games, so you don't really need to play the other ones to understand this. I believe it's the very first game, so it kind of starts the whole Yakuza series. Okay, so here we are at the first chapter. It's kind of a tutorial chapter, so I'll play through a little bit of this just so you guys can see the performance of it on Linux. It runs really well. I don't think I have the graphics turned all the way up. I think I have them set on high instead of, I believe there was an ultra option. I kept them on high because I have to screen record also, and sometimes it gets a little hairy. But we'll go ahead and keep playing here. Okay, so I think this is going to be our first tutorial fight, so it's going to go through and show us the basic controls. I am using, instead of a keyboard and mouse, I'm using a, I believe it's a Logitech gamepad F310. and it works perfectly fine. It was basically plug and play on Linux. Most of the controllers are. It recognizes it sort of as an Xbox controller, so a lot of the controls are the same. So that's why when you see it here in a little bit, yeah, instead of key controls, it's going to say X or A, Y or B, and then the right triggers. So we'll go ahead, we'll play through this tutorial here. Wants us to attack with a rush combo, so we'll do this 2 more times, 1 more time. Okay, got that done. Let's see, wants us to knock down with a finish blow. Okay, 1 more time. Okay, got that done. I'm not sure what it wants us to do here. It may just want us to finish the fight, but I'm not 100% sure. It's been a while since I played this. The first time I played this was on PS4. This is the first time I'm playing it on PC. I don't think I actually finished it on PS4, though. I got most of the way through it. Yeah, I can't tell exactly. I think it may just want us to finish the fight, so we'll see if we can just finish off the rest of these guys. I did put the difficulty on easy. This can be a really difficult game, even on easy. I remember struggling with it on the PS4 version. That guy down, and okay, last one's down, okay. Yeah, looks like that's the guy we were waiting for. Nishiki.
おめえがなかなか来ねえからこうやって時間潰してたんじゃねえか。暇つぶしに喧嘩って。おとなしくヘルスにでも行けってろ。ガキじゃあるめえし。興味ねえ。相変わらず硬いね。まあいいや。とりあえず飲みに行こうぜ。久々にオールで付き合えよ。な？ああ。ありがとうございました。は？いや、この度はどうも。お日柄もよく。行くぞ、錦。
Yeah, a lot of people actually complain about the graphics of this game, but I think it looks perfectly fine. And if you see any weird stutters or glitches, I'm not sure what is causing it. It could be the Proton Compatibility tool, because it seems like it doesn't happen on games that run natively in Linux, or it may be because I'm actually playing the game in 60 FPS and recording in 30 FPS. It could be something to do with that.
こんなバカみたいな時代だぜ。楽しまなきゃ損だろう。少し頭使えや。風間のおやつさんが無所から出てくるのは年明けてからだ。それまでに俺も少しは器用になってます。へえ。ならまずそのみすぼらしいなりから変えてみな。お前もたまには50万のスーツでも着てみろよ。そうすりゃ世の中の見え方もちった変わる。俺は服なんかどうでもいい。 風間のおやっさんだっていつも地味な服着てんだろ。お前な、あの人は組の若頭、堂島組のナンバー2だぞ。あのレベルまで行けばそれでも通用するがな。極道商売にある程度見栄が必要なんだよ。お前が最近車買ったのもその見栄のためか。このこじゃれたライターも俺んだ。そろそろ返せよ。見栄張りてんならケチケチすんな。お前も本当は分かってんだろ。人は車のエンブレムと着ている服のブランド、そしてこの堂島組の大門を見て素直に言うことを聞く。ヤクザは見栄張ってなんぼだぜ。そんなもんか。そんなもんさ。仇の癖してアコギな商売するやつに借りた金で遊びまくるバカ。この町の連中に人の内面なんて見抜けやしねえ。奴らにとっちゃ外見が全て。分かった、もういい。それより飲みに行くんじゃなかったのか。おうおう、そうだったな。よし、たまにはピンク通りにでも行くか。あの辺りにいい店があるんだ。さあ行くか。
Okay, so here we have control of Kiryu again. It says we can just hold the right trigger. And yep, it basically just follows Nishiki, so... That lady is staring at us, not sure what she wants, but we'll just keep on holding the right trigger here and following him. The reflections on that little car right there look really nice. It's kind of weird. Sometimes you look at certain areas of the game, it looks kind of crummy, and other areas it looks really good, so it's kind of strange.
この町でしのぐってのはそういうことさ。可愛い女子大生がよりどりみどりと言われ、ついていったらバーバーばっかり。5000円ポッキリのはずがぼったくられる。そういうのも全部勉強だと思えばいい。つが、そう思わねえとやってられねえだろう。なんだ、今のは物の例えであって、別に俺が実際に体験したってわけじゃ。まあとにかく今日は俺のおごりだ。おめえもたまには楽しめ。いいな。
Okay, there is another tutorial fight coming up here. I think I'm just gonna cut it out just to try to keep this video a little bit on the shorter side. Okay, so that fight is taken care of. I believe the weird guy shows up that tells us about investing and upgrading our skills. We just gotta wait for him to show up. And Nishiki wants to go to the bar. And it's telling us about CP points. So we'll go ahead and follow Nishiki. Aging foreigner. Yep, that's the guy that teaches us about upgrading our stuff. So we'll get an upgrade here once we finish talking to him. 2-ton gorilla.
Yeah. Yes.
Ah.
Hey. What? No.
Okay, so here we are at the skill tree. Although it's not really a tree, it's more of a circular chart. Don't think we can afford that. It wants 400,000. Whoops. I think I have to go back in here. I think that Phoenix Spirit is the only one we can afford. Yeah, everything else is at least 400,000, so we'll go ahead. Yep, we'll spend and upgrade this. And I think that's all we can do. Yeah, that's 2 million. Yep, I think that's it. Okay, we got that taken care of. We'll keep on following Nishiki. I believe it also takes you through it's either a karaoke or a disco. I can't remember which one. It may be karaoke, but we'll find out here in a little bit. Another pain in the butt thing about this game, I'm trying to look for a save option. I'm pretty sure you can only save at certain points in the game at those phone booths. So you have to play through probably about an hour of the story and tutorial before you can even get to your first save point. So if you don't even make it that far, you'll have to play over the entire thing again. So that's something just to keep in mind. But it looks like they're trying to find a karaoke bar. There's a guy passed out drunk there next to some bikes. That guy's puking in the sewer. He's telling him to stay classy. Thirsty for booze and wine. And here are some of Nishiki's friends. They could be from the Cabaret Club minigame. That's actually one of the better minigames in this series. I remember when I played it on the PS4, it's super in-depth. It probably takes you 7 or 8 hours alone just to get through the entire Cabaret Club minigame. It's really good. You get to dress up the women in different clothes and put makeup on. It's pretty ridiculous, but it's addicting gameplay and it's pretty fun. And that's just one of the probably 15 or 20 minigames in this game itself, so it's pretty crazy. Looks like he just gave him some cash, and they're peacing out. Okay, so they finally made it to the bar, and Nishiki's not stopping till morning, apparently. I can't remember if they do the karaoke at this bar or if they walk to a different place. It's been a few years since I've played this game.
いや、もしかしたらおめえは今のままでいいのかな。ん？おめえが下で頑張って風間のおやっさんが出世すりゃ。ただおやっさん、なんで俺らのこと風間組に入れてく。
よせよ。
まあよし、カラオケでもして。
Oh, so I guess they do it here. I guess it's time for karaoke. This is pretty goofy. This and the disco minigame are pretty hilarious. But we'll go ahead and start playing here. It looks like this first one might be a tutorial, but I think this is an actual song you can replay. And if you can see there, it actually showed the Xbox controller. I'm actually using the Logitech. Can't remember what I said in the beginning. I think it was a G310, but it functions almost identical to a an Xbox controller. So we'll start with this song here. Got the disco light going and the little parrot with the optical disc on his head shaking the maraca. The bartender's getting into it. I don't remember that female bartender being back there before. This is definitely one of the top songs in the game. That girl behind the counter is just kind of rocking back and forth. Nishki's getting all into it, clapping. The disco ball is nuts. Yeah, like I said before, this is just one of the probably 15 mini games loaded up on stage. Playing Toho. This is pretty nice. I forgot how hilarious this game was. What'd that guy come in on the keyboard? I remember seeing him before. Alright, I think that's it. No fireworks? Alright, what score did we get here? 95. Is that 95%? Maybe. Okay, well that was hilarious. We entertained ourselves 1 out of 10 times. I think when you hit that 10 mark, you may get more CP points. Okay, so that's probably gonna do it for this video. I'm trying to keep these pretty short, around 20 to 25 minutes. I still have a bunch of games in the backlog. Some run natively on Linux, some run through Proton. So I'm just trying to give you guys a, kind of a smattering of what you can play on Linux. It's pretty much just to prove to everybody that you don't really need Windows anymore to game on Linux. If you want to play AAA games right when they come out, unless they run natively on Linux, you're probably not going to be able to do it. But probably a small percentage of people only do that anyways. I personally don't, go run out and buy the first, the brand new AAA games right when they come out. So it saves you a lot of money, and it's usually a better gaming experience. So that should be about it. Thanks for watching.
流行りに遅れた男はモテないからな。
そうか。
つっても男のアイドルなんかは俺も今勉強中だ。知ったかぶりしてなんとかやり過ごしてる。
それ周りにバレてんじゃねえのか？
かもな。やっぱアイドルっつったら女だ。最近はマジで可愛い子が多いぞ。
おお、そうなんだ。
ああ、帰ったらチェックしてみろよ。案外ハマって俺より詳しくなるかもな。
さあな。
そのうち俺ら二人8匹でコンサート行ってたりして。
お互い想像したくねえ姿だ。
だな。